Hi, today on Paint the Kitchen Red, we're going to be making a garlic shrimp pasta in the Instant Pot. This is a recipe I've been making for years for my family, but I used to cook it on the stovetop, but I have recently adapted it to the Instant Pot. You might ask, why do we want to make these pasta dishes in the Instant Pot when you can just as easily make it on the stovetop? And the answer is that it's a one-pot meal. You just put everything into the Instant Pot and you don't have to wash a bunch of dishes. You don't have to boil the pasta separately. You can just cook it all together. And that's the reason why I like making this dish in the Instant Pot. So the first thing we want to do is press the saute mode and heat up the butter and olive oil. You could use just butter or just olive oil, but I like to combine the two. I like the flavor that the butter adds, and I also like the fact that the olive oil makes it a little more healthy. Once the Instant Pot starts to heat up, you can add the olive oil and butter. You don't need to wait for it to be hot, because what will happen is you'll get a splatter. So it's better to just go ahead and add the ingredients right at the beginning and wait for them to heat up. Once you find that the butter is starting to melt, you can just go ahead and press cancel, because there'll be remnant heat that will allow you to cook the garlic in it. Because if you keep it on, what could happen is your garlic can start to burn. I'm going to add the garlic and let it cook in this remnant heat. Once the garlic is cooked, I'm going to remove some of the garlic. Maybe about half of it, using a spoon. And then I'm going to set it aside and we'll add it back in later. So I turned on the saute mode again, and I'm going to add green onions, just the white part. The green part I've reserved for later. And the onions are going to be sauteed along with the garlic just for a few seconds, because we're going to end up pressure cooking all this in the end anyway. If you need to, you can deglaze with some white wine. I'm just going to press cancel though. Add the broth. Salt. Pepper. Crushed red pepper. And stir it all up. Okay, now I'm going to take the angel hair pasta and put it into the liquid in a crisscross pattern, and this allows the pasta to cook well. Otherwise, if you put it all in one direction, you end up having a big clump of pasta. So I just stagger it in a few layers, like 3 or 4 layers. And then I'm going to just push down on the pasta until it's submerged in the liquid. You'll have to push down for maybe 20 to 30 seconds, and that'll allow the pasta to submerge in the liquid and make contact with the liquid. And once the pasta is completely submerged, you can start your pressure cooking. Now I'm going to close the lid and we're going to start the pressure cooking. I'm going to pressure cook this angel hair pasta for 3 minutes. Here's a little tip for you on how to figure out how long to cook pasta in the Instant Pot. Whatever your cooking time is on the box, you take that number, divide it by 2, and add 1. Yes, you have to do a little math, but I think it's not that difficult. So in this case, my pasta cooking time was 4 minutes. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pressure cook for 3 minutes. The pressure cooking is complete, and now we want to quick release the steam. So I'm going to go ahead and press the quick release button. When I'm doing pastas, I like to do it in bursts. Okay, the float valve is just about ready to drop. When I open the lid, I'm going to work quickly because my shrimp is going to cook in the residual heat of the Instant Pot. So if I take my time and do it slowly, then a lot of heat will escape, and that's not a good thing. So I'm going to open it. First thing I'm going to do is add the broccoli. You can use any vegetables that you want that are quick cooking. Shrimp. And stir up the pasta so that the shrimp is kind of mixed up with the pasta and is hidden in there, and so all that heat will allow it to cook. And now I'm gonna add in all these other ingredients: sun-dried tomatoes, some lemon zest, green onions, and a little bit of lemon juice. You can put as much as you need to your taste. And I'm going to add back in that garlic that I had taken out earlier. And once again, stir everything up. Now I'm going to close the lid. And if you have trouble closing the lid, it's because there's so much steam in there. Just press the button if you're using an the steam release button, or put the steam release handle in the venting position, and that'll allow you to close. And then you can put it back into the sealing position. So the Instant Pot is not sealed, but all that hot steam will cook the remaining ingredients. So we're gonna just leave that for about 10 minutes. And when that's done, we can open it up and add the parsley and Parmesan. So 10 minutes have elapsed, and so I'm ready to open the Instant Pot lid and stir up the pasta. The broccoli is cooked just right. The shrimp is cooked. Okay, so I'm gonna add some parsley and some Parmesan, shredded Parmesan cheese to the top. You could just add both of these to the individual servings if you wanted to, but I just like to add it all into the Instant Pot, and people just serve from this pot. Well, I hope you get a chance to make this recipe. I have a couple of more pasta recipes on my website, and I will include the link in the comments. One in particular is the penne with sausage. It's a creamy pasta dish that is really popular with my readers, and I think you might like that one. In the meantime, stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.